Race by race preview for our Wednesday night fixture coming up at Happy Valley. 9 races on the B course, and we kick things off with the Speedy Handicap, which is a Class 4 race over the trip of 1,000 metres with Lean Master at the top. He carries 133 pounds with a claim of Angus Chung. Super 60 there with Warrior's Dream, who gets in replacing Field Marshal, who was a defection. Master Resolute, Zeta Hedge and Zupa Fellow are all on debut. Conrad the Great is having his second start. King Victor is first up for the season. Beauty Thunders Naught from 13 here in Hong Kong. Savvy Twinkle is first up for the season, was withdrawn at the start going back to the 12th of October. Happy Boys and Golden Friendship on a 7-day turnaround. Pace here, Paul, one of the newcomers, Zupa Fellow's got pace, but I'd probably prefer him over 1,000 to be honest. Yeah, this is 1,000 though, but yeah, with Zupa Fellow, he hasn't shown, I know what you mean, because he hasn't shown that stamina, has he, over further. So Savvy Twinkle, he's also drawn wide. He'll probably try and get outside him. Lead Master likes to go forward over this trip with Beauty Thunder. I thought Super 60 will get every chance. And another one of the ones that's shown a little bit of early speed is Master Resolute. He's only a little chap, Master Resolute, 991 pounds here on debut. Let's hear from Hugh Bowman now, who rides the Casper Founds charge in the first, the Speedy Handicap, that is Super 60. Hugh, Super 60 is back for his third run of the season. He finished second from a wider draw last time out. How did you rate that overall performance for the first time riding him?
Well, I thought it was a winning performance actually, but he found one better than him. Parents' Love was just too strong, you know, probably a class above in hindsight, so or in reality. So we go into a similar event without Parents' Love, and I think if he can reproduce that performance, it should be good enough to nearly win the race.
Casper whacked a set of, or a shadow roll on him last time out. Did that have the desired effect?
Well, form would suggest so. It's quite a while since I've ridden him. So, look, the horse is obviously racing in good form. Even his runs prior to the other day have been very sound this time in. So he showed more speed the other day than he has in recent runs. So, you know, from a bit better draw, and if he can, like I said, reproduce that performance, it should be good enough to be very competitive here.
He has won coming from off the pace in the past, but it does look like there's some alternate speed here. Would you be happy to take a sit and get some cover if that was the desired plan?
I always have an open mind, Tom, as you know, so we'll let the race unfold, but you know, the horse is in very good shape as he showed last start, and he's really rated at a point where he should be able to win, and hopefully things go our way.
Super 60, a 2-time winner from his 17 starts with Hugh Bowman aboard. Moving on to the next of the replays here, and this is Golden Friendship from a couple of runs ago. Of course, this win he was beaten, Paul, here by Silver Spurs, who goes around later on the card. He was slightly hampered by that riderless horse, but in the end he was no match for the winner.
No, it looks, but to be fair, the Super Spurs has come out and run really well and almost won in Class 4. So the form looks quite good because he was coming again at the end there. So look, I'm going to include him in a minor line.
Okay, he's obviously on that 7-day turnaround from last week. Trial here to have a look at of Warrior's Dream. Only a 4-horse trial over the 1,050 metres here at Sharton. They ran 62.22 for this trial. It was an improved effort. He wasn't bad last time out, but barrier 12.
Yeah, look, he's barrier 12. He's had 5 starts in Hong Kong and he's beaten 6 horses home in total. So I'm happy to watch him around in this. I like to see him do something on the track first.
Yeah, of course, he was beaten there by Sunny Q, and that's a horse that was there, Warrior's Dream. David Eustace trains him, Richard Kingscote from that wide stall. Selections for the first, have you got any of the newcomers in?
No, look, I didn't in the end. I did have a look at a couple, but I'm happy to watch them on debut. So I went with Super 60. We heard from Hugh Bowman there, and I think he's really well placed to win. Happy Boys, now he finished off strongly. He's still a maiden, but a couple of good runs there. Won a couple last season at a big price, and then finishing off and past half the field last start. Savvy Twinkle will need a bit of luck from that wide draw and Golden Friendship with that Silver Spurs form. 2, 11, 10 and 12.
Paul, all over Super 60 for the first of the night at Happy Valley in the first. Over the 1,000 metres gets underway at 6:40 Hong Kong time. into Class 5 for race number 2 on the program, which is the Success handicap for here over the 1200 metres. With Joyful Treasure dropping in grade, Glory Cloud also dropping in grade, and so too is Run Timing. And he's first up from a new stable. He's joined the Ricky U-Barn with a tongue tie being reapplied. Winning Heart, he's a two-time winner from 34. Noble Deluxe, yet to win from 12. Happy Horse has been off the scene for some time with numerous issues. Woodfire Champ, Colonel back to Happy Valley 1200. Talent Supremo, Zach Purton the only man to win on this horse in the past. Podium, Blinkers being reapplied. Campfire, Wisdom Star needs to lift his game off a rating of 26. Can Colonel, the 9-year-old, wind back the clock here?
Look, he's well rated, and he's coming back to his favourite course in Happy Valley from barrier 4, so no reason why he can't. I think he'll lead. Campfire was a better run from him last time. I thought he could just sort of tuck him behind. Happy Horse is another on-pace runner. Noble Deluxe, he's been going forward in his recent races, but it's got a wide draw. Talent Supreme will probably start favourite and should get one of the best runs in the race.
Time now to delve into the replay file here. First of all, with Noble Deluxe running third, Wisdom Star out the back in this needs to certainly improve. He's been consistent, Paul, without winning Noble Deluxe. But what do you think about coming back to Happy Valley for the second time?
Yeah, and the other thing is with a wide draw as well. So he's got to overcome barrier 11. Look, he was placed, he ran fourth. So, and has only started Happy Valley. So you can't say he doesn't like Happy Valley because, you know, it's only the one run and he ran not a bad race. So look, I'm going to include him on a minor line, but it's more the draw rather than the course that puts me off.
Talent Supremo is trialled well, and obviously Zach Purton riding him. He's only had limited rides aboard this horse, Zach, in the past, but it did produce his soul win. Talent's Supremo running second here, but he has trialled well since this, Paul, winning that trial in this as well as Woodfire Champ.
He looks really well placed in this race. Barrier number 3 as well for him. So, look, he's down to this rating of 31 at the moment. He's just a one-time winner, but that was in a higher grade, so he's capable.
And that was Ragnar there, of course, running on and since winning. One more to look at here, and this is Run Timing now, where he's had a bit of a checkered past this horse. He's now in the stable of Ricky U, was with Dennis Ship. He was pulled up when heavily supported in a race that was ultimately won by Smart City and did not finish the race that occasion, but he's trialled well since. Is there anything you can steer us into here with Run Timing?
Oh, look, the trial was good, as you can see here. Barrier 1's positive as well for him, but he has been a little bit unreliable in the past. Just a one-time winner from his 23 starts. So, and that win did come at Sha Tin. So a couple of positives, couple of negatives.
Off a rating of 53, 648 days ago, so some time ago. You a Talent Supremo man?
Yeah, look, I think he's going to get a perfect opportunity here. Has won in a higher grade, and with Zach Purton aboard from a low draw. Hasn't been with Danny Shum for too long either, so he's on top. Now, I thought Campfire could get the trail, and his third at his last start was one of the best runs we've seen from him. Colonel coming back to his favourite course, and look, he's really well rated. His last one was a 47. He's down to a 33 rating, so he might just try and lead all the way, and then Noble Deluxe on that minor line. 9, 11, 8 and 5.
Talent Supremo bidding to taste success for the second time in race number 2. Moving to the third event of the program, it's 1200 metres for Class 4, and here is the lineup for the Swifty handicap to open the early treble, and we've got mega bonus at the top right. I was concerned with his action last time out, and he dropped out tamely in the straight. Written Casser, Hugh Bowman, Jamie Richards. Gastronomic is having his second start, the son of Darcy Brahma. Golden Brilliant is having his second start. His first look at Happy Valley. Yichong Spirit, Happy Park drawn 12. No at Heart yet to win from 11. Sugar Queen Prawn Shadow Roll off. Cheek Pieces on. Island Breezes cheek pieces off. Blink is reapplied. Looks Outstanding. Majestic Delight Hood off. And Patch of Watch, a two-time winner on the All Weather off a rating of 42. He was up on the pace last start, Paul, mega bonus, but never went on with it one iota.
No, he didn't. I think Happy Park will be able to get it outside, and if he does try and go on with it, Happy Park could almost trail. So I think I wouldn't be too worried about him drawing wide. Patch of Watch can go forward. Yichong Spirit, he's the other one that can maybe sit a bit handier. But he has got barrier 7, so it'll take a good ride to get him in there. Majestic Delight, No at Heart, back to Sugar Queen Prawn goes back, Written Casa, and Golden Brilliant ran last on debut from barrier 11, he'll go back.
Rightio, David Eustace is here now to talk us through the chances of Majestic Delight. David, Majestic Delight lining up Harry Bentley on board, seasonal debut, Happy Valley Wednesday night. A handful of starts as a 3-year-old, he looked like he was improving.
Yeah, he was. He's a lovely, big, strong horse. He was racing a bit inconsistently. He can be, a bit aggressive in his races and at home as well. But had, solid grounding last season. And, I think it's a horse who could have a good 4-year-old season if he can sort of put everything together.
How's he come back over the off-season with those trials under his belt?
He's strengthened well. Trials here have been, quite good. But I still really want to see him relax before having any real confidence in how he performs on the track. He has a tendency to be aggressive still. So, we've kept things as quiet as we can. He goes to the Valley with a nice draw for the first time. So, there are positives there, but I just really want to see him put a couple of runs together and show some consistency.
Hood comes off. He's been wearing it in the trials, though.
Yeah, I was toying with that. I just saw his last trial. It was probably just having a little bit too much effect, and we've done a lot of work without the hood. And relaxing him without it, because I think ultimately, he's going to need to race without it. I feel to get the desired result at the post. So hopefully it's the right call.
David Eustace there with his charge in the race, Majestic Delight. We move on to Patch of Watch now through the replay file here. This is Mega Bonus weakening out tamely in the straight with Alice Wong aboard. He's got barrier 3 this time round with Brenton of Della who rides. But chances, Paul, of Patch of Watch, would you prefer the dirt with him?
Yeah, I would actually. Look, he's drawn 8 and Mega Bonus has drawn 3, whereas Mega Bonus drew 11 here, and the other one, Patch of Watch, drew inside him in 6. So I don't think he'll get that easy lead, and he sort of stuck on okay, but I do prefer him on the weather.
Okay, on we go to the debut run of Gastronomic here, who ran 6th in the Sugar Queen Prawn. No form to speak of so far. He went around this day, Paul, at 83 to 1, and certainly outran those odds. I just think with the breeding, the dam, Darcy Brabham might be looking for that bit further in time too.
Could well be. With him now, he did run past 8 horses here in the straight because he was last into the straight. So with the way he finished off, there's obviously a level of ability there for sure. So look, I've included him on a minor line coming to Happy Valley for the first time.
We've got Happy Park to have a look at now. I know you're interested in Happy Park here. Written Casa out the back in this race. So just that 1 win from 14 starts. Happy Park 1 win from 15. Yeah, so look, that win was off 51. He's down to 47 now. I was just looking for a horse that would pay a bit. From barrier 12, I just thought he might be the forgotten horse. I think Andrea Zini can get him outside Mega Bonus. Only faded late here for 4th, wasn't too far from the winner. So look, he's on his day. He's quite a consistent horse. Looks outstanding is resuming here for Mark Newnham. He's only had a handful of runs, had an issue with that last run he pulled up with blood and was well beaten there. But look, the trial was okay up here on the pace. Yeah, look, he's had 5 starts. The best we've seen from him in those five starts was his debut run when he did run 5th. Barrier 9, a little bit tricky. The trial was okay coming into it. But from barrier 9, I was just happy to watch him in this race. Okay, that was Fortune Boy down the outside, who of course won the other day with the blinkers on at Sharton, a progressive-looking 4-year-old. Tips here for the 3rd? Yeah, I'm going to go with the value runner in Happy Park. Hopefully we get a double-figure price about him. I made Noah Hart the value last time, actually, so he's got barrier 4. He'll get his opportunity once again, but he sort of just plugged away a little bit. Majestic Delight, I thought's a chance as well, and Gastronomic there in the improver, 6, 7, 11, 3. If you're a fan of the treble, the early treble, it's underway. Race number 3 at 7:40. And And the six-up gets underway with race number 4 at 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. And this race here is a Class 4. Once again, over the 1,200 metres, Flying Ting Lock having his 6th start here in Hong Kong. Best performance was 2 runs ago when 4th. California Deeply has won 3rd up in the past. It's the state he presents in here. Denfield, Rising Phoenix coming back to Happy Valley. Star Figure returning to Happy Valley for his 2nd start here. Happy Buddies to Happy Valley for the first time. Super Universal comes back from 1,400 to 1,200 with the tongue tie off. Crossover noseband on. Von Baer, King Oberon, Super Pace back from 1,650. Nebraska Naught from 23. And Telecom Power there as well on a 7-day turnaround. He might get a good run here, Nebraskan in transit.
I thought he would. Like, he has got some early speed, Nebraskan. King Oberon's led at his last few starts. Super Universal was unlucky last time when he was at Happy Valley because he was 3 wide. I think he'll be able to get one off the rail here. Telecom Power has got a lot better draw. Flying Tinglock, better run from him coming up. Star Figure, he's up, running and fresh. And Rising Phoenix has been getting back in his races. And barrier 10, I think he'll go back. Denfield as well from barrier 9 might have to go back.
First replay we highlight here is Super Universal and also Nebraskan coming through this. Nebraskan finished down the track, has since run well. Not sure it was ideal stepping him straight up to 1,400 after this gutbuster of a performance here.
Yeah, so coming back to 1,200 with not as much pace underneath him, I think it's a real positive for this horse. Like, this was a huge run, wasn't it? As you said, he was 3 wide, had a tough run, and he was still right there at the end. And the horse that beat him, King Lotus, looks like he's a massive chance in the last. So look, I'm going to stick with him.
Okay, that's the verdict there on Super Universal as we move on to Denfield now with this from race number 82 of the season. He ran 60, was a fair way back in this race. It was Denfield. I think it's worth noting this night, nothing really sort of from 5th or 6th beyond this night was able to win. Yeah,
so we'll give him another chance, Denfield, for sure. And look, he was 14s as well. There was absolutely zero market support for him. And look, he ran on a little bit here, didn't he? And look, we'll give him another chance, Denfield, because he is well rated. He's a 3-time winner in the grade.
Yep, Danny Shum and Hugh Bowman. Yes, that meeting on the 8th, not much made ground from worse than sort of 5th and 6th that night there at Happy Valley. That was on the C+3 course. And moving to the trials now, with Star Figure. This from the 26th of September. He won this trial over 1,000 metres up there at Chung Fa. He's had a trial since, and Jamie Richards prepares with Lyle Hewitson.
Thought it was a nice trial from him. He really stretched out well. There was a stark improvement from start 1 to start 2 as well. Although that start 1 was at Happy Valley, but coming back here with now sort of a bit of ringcraft under his belt, I thought it was an easy trial win for him, so I wanted to include him.
Yep, low draw, barrier number 2 for Wednesday night, Star Figure. Who are you siding with here?
Going to go with Super Universal again. We'll stick with him. It was a tough run last time when he did run here. Denfield in there for 2nd, Star Figure. Nebraskan will get every opportunity once again, but he just can't seem to get his nose in front. 7, 3, 5 and 11.
Paul hoping that Super Universal can capitalise here at Happy Valley, returning from the Charts in 1,400. And we're up to 1,650 metres for race number 5. It's Class 4, and at the top of the order here we have the Quantum Patch, 1 from 26, beaten favourite last time out. California Bay comes to Happy Valley for the first time. Super Unicorn hasn't really done a great deal since winning off 50 by 5 3/4 lengths last season. Ragabomb there with the good luck win. He, of course, is a 2-time course and distance winner. One of them was at 95 to 1. Take Action, Zach Purton, John Size. 2 Infinity, cheek pieces off. Turin Warrior first up. Conspiracy Witness to Happy Valley for the first time. One and Only hasn't done much, neither a Smart Trio. Super Sicario, a win to kick off the season, followed up by a 3rd behind Mighty Steed. Is there much pressure here for One and Only?
I don't think there is. I mean, Super Sicario is the one that can put pressure on him and has led in the past. California Bay, now he steps up. He's been racing over 1,200 metres and he's by done deal. So the 1,650 looks ideal for him. Super Unicorn will get his chance once again. Quantum Patch, likewise, similar horse to Super Unicorn. Ragabomb, Smart Trio. Then the other 5, I think, will go all the way back.
Let's now highlight the run of Quantum Patch, who spearheads the lineup here for the 5th event. Take action in this. He was staying on between runners despite being held up in the straight. Take action.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good run from Take Action. You can see the gap sort of closing him. Quantum Patch is a horse that doesn't seem to want to win. You got to question his desire. He's had 26 goes. He looks like he should have won a lot of races, but he's only won the one. You can see the gap closing on Take Action in those blue sleeves. I'll take him out of this one.
Okay, he's £2 lower than his last win is Quantum Patch. On we go to the next of them, and this is Super Sicario running third to Infinity down the track in this particular race here. To Infinity, that was off the back of winning at a big price first up over Mighty Steed, and then Mighty Steed was able to turn the tables here. Yeah,
and Karras will stick here with Super Sicario. Now, one thing about him is he did win in Class 5. He stepped up here to Class 4. And it was an okay run from him. He wasn't too far behind the first two. So I think that he's capable at the bottom end of the screen.
Do you like Super Unicorn at all? He won by 5 3/4, got a massive hike in the ratings. That was off 50. He found himself all the way up to 62-ish, and he's not really done anything since.
Yeah, he's at this 56 rating now, so he is getting down there. He's going to get every opportunity, isn't he, from barrier number 1 as well. I'll put him in, but just on a very minor line. Him and Quantum Patch, I think, are similar, whereas probably Super Unicorn, to be fair, he probably just snuck up the ratings too high, whereas the other one, Quantum Patch, just doesn't seem to want to win.
Yeah, they hit him for 6th, the handicappers, with that big margin win. Of course, Super Unicorn was beaten by Viva Graciousness 2 runs ago, who, of course, since has won again. Is he in the numbers, though? Yeah, look, I'm gonna put them in on minor lines, those two, but the one I've got it on top is Take Action, because he was unlucky at his last start, and he's drawn ideally in barrier 2. California Bay, I like the fact he's stepping up to 1650, coming to Happy Valley for the first time, a little bit of an unknown for him, but his on-pace running style should suit the Valley. And then those two we talked about, Quantum Patch and Super Unicorn, 6-2-1-3. Those are Paul's selections for the Racing Spirit Handicap. It's underway at 8:40, and take note of that because that is the first leg of the Wednesday night Triple Trio. The main event on Wednesday night is the Longines Cup, and it's a Class 2 race over 1,000 metres. The Speedsters in operation here with just a field of 9. Aurora Lady here with Pierre Ung and Keith Jung. You've got Horsepower, who's 2 from 2 first up, 2 from 2 course and distance. Red Elegance goes well, fresh. Dougie White, Hugh Bowman. Superb Capitalist has a fair second up record, 2 starts for the 1 placing. A Colourful King there first up for David Eustace, up 24 pounds in body weight as well. Stellar Express, all of his victories, 2 of them have been at Sha Tin. Whiz Kids, Harmony and Bless the 9-year-old, and Youthful Spirits has a £7 turnaround with Superb Capitalist for 2 lengths from 2 runs ago. Quick pace here, Paul.
It always is in these races, isn't it? And Youthful Spirits, one of the quickest out the gates, as is Harmony and Bless, to be fair. Wizkid used to be, but he's just getting on in age a bit, so I think he'll drop in. Superb Capitalist, he used to miss the start occasionally, Superb Capitalist, but he seems to have got rid of that habit. Stellar Express has got the inside draw. Horsepower gets back. Royal Lady's another one that can lead, but not in this race, I wouldn't have thought. Then Red Elegance and Colourful King, but every horse in the small field will get their chance.
Zach Purton's checking in here with us to talk us through his thoughts on Horsepower. Zach, Horsepower lining up in the Longines Cup Wednesday night. He'd done a reasonable job in his first campaign, obviously arriving here mid-60s to win 3 of your starts. Decent effort.
Yeah, he's done a really good job, and all his best runs have been at the Happy Valley 1000. When he's ventured outside of that, he's been a little bit disappointing. But he's his own creator of bad habits. He wants to over-race and hang and do things wrong, whereas 1,000 metres they run along and it gets him off the bit and he gets into a nice rhythm, and then if he has the right run, he can run a good race. So here he is back here, but whether he's on a mark that has now got the better of him, we'll find out. And there's only one way to find out, and that's by going back to the races.
Was he doing a few of those bad habits at the trials again the other week?
Well, the first trial he slipped coming out the gates and was slow out, and then wanted to charge and take off. And then his last trial, he was a bit better, but you know, it's just hard to get a guide on where he's really at without sending him to the races.
He's tried 1200, but is he just sort of one-dimensional, that sort of flat-out 1000 horse here?
He just won't relax over anything further. He just grabs the bit and wants to go too hard, and he empties himself. So he doesn't have the brain to do anything else at the moment.
Zach Purton's thoughts on horsepower jumping from barrier number 3. On we go to now where we've got Superb Capitalist winning here over Youthful Spirits, and he set off the pace this night with Youthful Spirits, and I thought he's run some good races his last couple, Youthful Spirits. Actually stayed on reasonably well, I thought, behind Wonder Star down the straight last start.
Yeah, you just got to close your eyes a little bit, don't you? Because he has been declared a roarer before, and he just obviously got a couple of breathing problems, this horse, but he's got so much early speed. Superb Capitalist will be tough again. I mean, he's racing very consistently now.
Yep, certainly is. The 9-year-old here in this replay now, Harmony and Blessed. I just think his best days are past him, to be honest.
In this race, yeah, there's some nice young up-and-coming horses in this one. Horsepower, well, when I say young, they're 5-year-olds now, aren't they? But with the Horsepower, Colourful King, he's the 4-year-old, in the race. Yeah, I agree. And barrier 9's not going to make it easy for him. I mean, he could pinch it and you wouldn't be surprised. But, look, I haven't included him as well. He was very good on his day, this horse, and he's been a fantastic horse for his owners.
Yep, ground away there behind Tomarachi Kokoro, and of course he has been able to come out and win again. Selections for the Longines Cup?
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with Colourful King. We did see him in that interview with Zach, Colourful King, so he's on top. Horsepower is the main danger, Superb Capitalist and Youthful Spirits. I think they're going to run along quite quick in this race, and that'll give Colourful King something to aim at. 5-2-4-9.
Those are Paul's selections for the main event Wednesday night. It is the Longines Cup over the 1,000 metres. And here we are with race number 7, another section here of the Class 4 over 1,200 metres, the third section. And it is the first leg of the late treble. Grand Nova drawn wide to Ace Power, a winner 3 runs ago, has won third up in the past. Absolute Lucky making his Happy Valley debut, where it was beaten by Flowing Riches down at the straight. Sight Happy ran well last time out behind King Glorioso. Game Player Elite 0 from 13. Crystal Powerful, a 2-time course and distance winner. Basic Instinct has been poor so far. Silver Spurs likely to go forward from 1. Young Striker hasn't done much. Golden Luck has got blinkers on for the first time. He's won a trial recently with the visor on. Rewarding Twinkle and Shotgun at the bottom, 3 trials under his belt, leading into Wednesday night's assignment. He might get a pretty cheap lead here, maybe, Silver Spurs.
I thought he would. When I was doing the map here, there was a bit of a gap back to everything else, and I thought he's going to get an easy lead here. So look, there's the opportunity for Crystal Powerful to go in behind him. Golden Luck can go forward as well, but they're not going to. I wouldn't think they'd put pressure on Silver Spurs. Sight Happy is not a leader, but he can sort of get a nice, comfortable run from barrier 2. Rewarding Twinkle. Grand Nova's drawn wide. He might have to go back. Absolute Lucky sort of finished towards the back in his debut. Basic Instinct hasn't shown too much, and Shotgun's drawn wide as well. So yeah, he might just get his opportunity here.
He was beaten by a heavily supported runner last time out, Silver Spurs, in the form of Luna Dash. I thought with the lack of competition for the lead here, potentially could sneak away a little bit just before the turn here and straighten and quicken while the others are still trying to get into the straight. Correct,
and Alice Wong does know this horse quite well, so like he's going to try and put a winning break on them, there's no question whatsoever. And yeah, I really like him in this race. I think he's got a really good opportunity to salute here in Class 4, and he was only beaten late.
Okay, and so just wanted to drift up the track there a little bit, did Silver Spurs. Moving on to the next of them, this is Sight Happy, only a one-time winner from 19 starts. Is he going to make it into your top 4? Yeah, he does. He's going to make it in. He's from the barrier number 2. He's going to get this really good run. I thought 3 back on the inside. So, look, he's boxed on here for 4th in this race. So he's going to get his opportunity for sure. So it's not a strong field.
and he is a winner here.
Yep, so he's on a 7-day turnaround, beaten there by King Glorioso and co over the final stages. And the last of them is Rewarding Twinkle, and he is here in this replay out wide at Sha Tin back on the 1st of October. Frankie Law, Matthew Chadwick from barrier 6 now. Sonny Q won this race, but down on the inside there's King Glorioso, who's won, and also Dancing Classics there as well. So it's been a useful form race, this one.
Yeah, and look, he's been placed off a rating higher as well. He's rated 44, he has had a win of 45. Sonny Q's going to be racing this coming up this weekend as well. He'll be a big chance once again. So he wasn't too far away. I'm going to include him in.
Okay, those are the replays and the thoughts on race number 7. All we need now is the selections.
Yeah, Silver Spurs, I think, going to get a real easy lead here. So he's going to be tough to beat. Side Happy from barrier 2, Rewarding Twinklewood. Gameplay Elite, a grey horse. He's had a couple of good runs with Dennis Yip recently, 8, 4, 11 and 5.
Paul banking on Silver Spurs to pinch it from the front here for Alice Wong and Casper Founds. Moving on to the Songs of Victory handicap. This is race number 8 on the program. It's Class 3, 16.50, and at the top is Definitive, resuming for the season, up 24 pounds in body weight. Ortula Bajil there, he's won off a rating of 90 in the past. He's down to 73. Star Contact was 5th behind Viva Graciousness last time out. Americ to Spexo coming back up to 16.50. South Star to Happy Valley for the first time with the hood on. Lavero is first up. Rising from Ashes is third up. Noble Pursuit pulled up with blood in the trachea last time out, has trialled since. Ivy League has trialled well, but very much a questionable fresh record, 0 from 4. One more in Top Time down at the bottom off a rating of 61. Definitive here, Paul, to lead. He has been able to lead in the past, but he was at the back in a recent trial too.
He was, but he races his best races when he leads and tries to dominate from the front. Look, if he doesn't want to lead, Lavero will quite happily take that mantle, but he's drawn wide. He's a leader as well. Star Contact doesn't like to lead, but he likes to race on the pace. South Star's up and trip from barrier 1. He should get the perfect run in behind whichever one decides to lead. Ivy League's tried well recently. Top Time is back to his favourite track here. Talabagil is well rated. Americ to Spexo always goes back. And Rising from Ashes, just a little chap, he always goes back as well.
They'll be hoping for a little bit of pace on here, no doubt, with South Star, because he got quite keen in the early stages in this race last time out. They had to allow him to slide forward at Zach Purton, and in the end he had a really good battle here with Beauty Crescent and couldn't get past in the end.
Yeah, they walked in the first half of this race, and I think that's what you mean. He didn't really enjoy it at all. Up to the 16.50, I think there's the opportunity that he's got Lavero, and he's also got the other horse, Definitive, that can go forward and lead. He was punted off the boards this night as well, South Star, and went down by the barest of margins. But he was coming again at the line, if you notice that. So by Rote, 16.50, we've seen Rote and New Page, Chill Chibi, those breed from the same sire, actually raced really well over the 16.50 at Happy Valley.
Quick comment on Top Time, who was in that as well?
Yeah, look, Top Time, again, I think he's one of the main dangers of the lightweight. Hasn't won in this grade, but has been unlucky a couple of times. But I thought South Star held him in that one.
Another star in the race is Star Contact. He's trained by David Hayes, and Brenton of Della rides from barrier 4. He was wide into the first turn. He eventually got up outside the leader, but I think that early work just told a little bit in the wash-up here. Yeah,
look, he's another honest horse. He's had 52 starts here in Hong Kong. He's won 5. But the key stat for him is 11 seconds. So, look, he's never far away, is he, Star Contact? He's drawn barrier number 4, and he's a real honest horse. So, look, he'll get his opportunity for sure.
Ivy League, Americ to Spexo and Definitive through this replay here, and this is going back to last season. I mentioned Ivy League's trial well, but he's got an atrocious first-up record. Definitive, but Americ to Spexo definitely interests me on his last performance running on at the end. Yeah, that's what he does. He's now, you talked about horses that need pace on. He's definitely one of those that needs it on. Look, I'm going to include Ivy League in the numbers because I know his fresh-up record's not so good, but he has
that third I thought was pretty good, and the trial was pretty good.
Out of that race, Rocket Spade, and also there as well was Good Luck Babe. They've performed well in the early part of the season. So he's going to make it in Ivy League, is he?
Yeah, he's going to make it on the minor line. He's been good to me in the past, that horse. I think he won as a long shot for me in the past. But South Star's the one I like. He's on top. Top Time is another one I've always had plenty of time for, Ivy League. And Atala Bagil's really well rated now. And coming here to the 1650 for the third time, he hasn't performed over the 1650 in the past, but there's no reason why he can't, because he has over longer trips and shorter trips. 5, 11, 9 and 2.
Those are the selections from Paul for race number 8 to kickstart the final double trio on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. And we wrap things up on Wednesday night at 10 minutes to 11 o'clock with the Flying Handicap, and it is a Class 3 race over 1,200 metres with Storming Dragon carrying the top rating here, 75, which means he carries 131 for Jamie Richards and Brenton Abdullah. Sovereign Fund was beaten by Regal Gem. Viva Graciousness through that race, last start winner now as well. Bundle of Charm, Triumphant More has the visor going on, the blinkers removed. Master Champion, King Lotus stepping up in grade with 122 on his back. Lucky Eight's a one-time course and distance winner. Akash Varney, Zach Purton rides for David Hayes. Cheek pieces off, blinkers on. Mighty Commander, Alice Wong. Not Usual Pick raced under the same name with Samantha Logan and was placed at Tarapa, Pukekohe and Tiaroa prior to arriving. Superb Boy coming to Happy Valley once again, and Goko Win off a rating of 62 first up at the bottom. He led last start, but didn't have much intestinal fortitude, did he, Master Champion? Yeah,
I wonder what they're going to do from 12, because there's lots of pace underneath him, and if they take him back, he's going to over-race. I just think they're going to have to go forward with him and go for the lead. I mean, Bundle of Charm can lead. Akash Varney's got blinkers on the first time. He can lead. Lucky Eight's got pace. So that should put the pace into the race. And Triumphant More, he's actually led here before in the past. King Lotus, last start winner, will get his chance once again. Storming Dragon, I think he'll get the pace in the race as well.
Alice Wong is along now to touch on his charge in the last event. It's the Casper Founds trained Mighty Commander. Alice, you're riding Mighty Commander for the boss on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. Did you just get caught in a little bit of an awkward spot last start?
Yeah, last time we draw outside barrier and we just a bit negative, which we see the back, but he really strong in the finish, so I'm really happy for him one last start.
That run last start was from a slightly wider gate. You've got gate 4. Do you get into a good position from there, somewhere midfield?
Yeah, tomorrow I think we will have a good position tomorrow, and I hope really close finish. Yeah, I'm really confident on him.
Your own personal form, 7 wins this season. You're joint 5th on the ladder from 60 rides. You look like you're riding with a lot of confidence at the moment.
Really appreciate my boss Casper giving me good support and got a good horse and we got a good gate and everything. Quite lucky in the moment, and thanks for every trainer support.
Quickly, tell us what it's like riding for a Hong Kong celebrity, Aaron Kwok, last week with Dancing Classics. Does it help your Instagram followers?
Maybe, but yeah, I just cared about the race and appreciate Anson Court for support. I'm very happy for me being for him too. Yeah.
Alice Wong there with Mighty Commander, his charge in the last at Happy Valley. We move on to a couple more replays, and one of them is Akash Varney. He's got the blinkers going on here. Paul, cheek pieces off. Zach Purton jumps aboard as well for the first time for David Hayes. 2 good runs from Akash Varney this season. The first one was probably better than this one because he did run into Bulb General and run second. He's got blinkers on. Look, Master Champion, who's the other leader in the race, has drawn wide, so they may just take bad luck out of the equation and go forward. Harold Rint, who runs second here, didn't run too badly the other day. So the form looks pretty good. One more replay to highlight, and that, of course, is the last start winner, King Lotus, who's amassing a tidy record now. 2 wins from 4 starts. Got the split along the inside. I think being crowded up at the start and having to get down to the fence at the beginning was probably a blessing in disguise. Yeah, barrier 7 that day. He's got barrier 2, so he'll get down to the fence again, I think, and get every opportunity
He was going away from the field here at the end as well. So look, there's plenty more to come from him. He's one of the main chances for sure.
Only carries 122 here, and that was a fairly soft victory in the end last time out. Is he in? Is also Akash Vani in?
Yeah, look, I think that's the Quinella actually, Tom. I've got Akash Vani to beat King Lotus, but could easily go the other way. Storming Dragon will get the race run to suit. One at a price, Triumphant Moore. He's run well here at Happy Valley in the past. He's drawn an inside barrier, so he can just sort of sit inside the pace. And he's third up now, so he'll get his opportunity. Well, this horse, Triumphant Moore, 8614.
That's the preview for the final event at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. The first race is underway at 6:40 Hong Kong time, and you can find all the information on the club's website. That is hkjc.com.